Why McDonald's is bad for animals. In the slaughterhouses of McDonald's US and Canadian chicken suppliers, birds are dumped out of their transport crates and hung upside down in metal shackles, which can result in broken bones, extreme bruising, and hemorrhaging. Workers have the opportunity to abuse live birds, and birds have their throats cut while they're still conscious. Many birds are immersed in tanks of scalding hot water while they are still alive and able to feel pain. The suffering is unimaginable. The way they kill their animals is barbaric and cruel, not to mention the way they're kept. They're crammed into tiny cages by the hundreds, with literally no space to move. Besides that, chickens have their beaks cut off, and pigs and cows have their tails cut off. When they're stuck in a tiny area with hundreds of other animals, they're going to want to peck at them or bite their tails off. And to prevent that, the workers cut off tails and beaks. This is extremely painful as they don't use any anesthetic. On the screen now is a video of the life chickens used to live before factory farming. This is how they should live. Before all this cruelty, animals used to be killed humanely. There are lots of considerate ways to kill animals for meat. For example, CAK, which stands for Control Atmosphere Killing. CAK kills the animals from lack of oxygen or anoxia, a completely painless process. Contrary to popular belief, this is not the same as gassing the animals. They don't suffocate because they're breathing pure nitrogen, which is a main ingredient in the air anyway. Their lungs function normally until they die painlessly. God allows us to benefit from the animals. Bible principles allow us to kill animals to provide food and clothing or to protect ourselves from harm. However, life is sacred to God. Our dominion over the animals must be exercised in a balanced way that shows respect for life. Why McDonald's is bad for the rainforest.
For every pound of meat people eat, 55 acres of rainforest is lost. Because McDonald's have become very popular, over 3 million acres of rainforest have been destroyed. Due to the meat needed, they must have millions of tons of meat and 7 million tons of food for their livestock. This uses resources that aren't even benefiting anyone and just making everybody unhealthy. McDonald's has claimed that they do not cut down rainforests. However, they have been proved wrong because people have found proof that McDonald's does use rainforest land. Here is a quote of their saying: "The preservation of the tropical rainforest land is top priority. McDonald's has not, and will not purchase beef from rainforests or recently destroyed rainforest land." McDonald's used rainforest land in South America to grow crops, raise livestock, etc. However, most multinational companies do use rainforest land. This causes global warming to speed up because there aren't enough rainforests to absorb the carbon dioxide. They waste the rainforest land once it cannot be used to raise cattle or grow crops. After this, it just becomes sterile land. Nothing grows on there for years, so the company leaves and destroys more rainforests for new land. Deforestation has many negative effects on the environment. The most dramatic impact is the loss of habitat of millions of species. 70% of the Earth's land, animals, and plants live in the rainforest, and many cannot survive the deforestation that destroys their home. Deforestation also drives climate change. Forest soils are moist, but without protection from the sun-blocking trees cover, they quickly dry out. Trees also help perpetuate the water cycle by returning water vapor back into the atmosphere. Without trees to fill these roles, many former forest lands can quickly become barren deserts. McDonald's cut down trees for space for soy, corn, and livestock. Like many multinational companies, they are one of the main companies which cut down trees in the Amazon rainforest.
Why is McDonald's bad for your health? McDonald's is the world's largest fast food chain. McDonald's is popular for its delectable, mouth-watering, delicious burger, fries, and chicken products, soft drinks, and a lot more. Eating a lot of this kind of food will harm your body, but still, McDonald's is considered the best for their serving low-cost and quick food. You must think that everything comes along with consequences. If you are more particular on your health, then fast food chains such as McDonald's is not the place to eat if you're craving for food. You're going to take a massive content of fat, calories, and salt by eating food like burgers and fries. Burgers in McDonald's contain saturated fat, which is very harmful to eat often for it is red meat. French fries are cooked by frying 2 liters of oil. It absorbs too much oil while deep frying and again another fat intake. McDonald's food has a lot of preservatives to maintain its texture and size. Oversizing seems to be very practical for those who are having a tight budget, for they're discounting the price of food if you're going to double the size, which is another massive fat intake. Even vegetable salads considered unhealthy because of its fatty dressing added on top. Eating at McDonald's isn't really bad, but if you do it often, it may cause you some diseases, such as diabetes and heart diseases, and it can even lead you to obesity. The only great thing in fast food is you can save time. The more time you save for work in school by eating in a fast food restaurant like McDonald's, the greater reduction to your average lifespan.